MMA Plus here at KSW 32 Road to Wembley, now joined by the victorious James McSweeney. James, you just defeated Marcin Rozalski, first round rear naked choke submission win. For you, how did it feel out there to get that win?
It felt very important to me to get any win, to be honest, because a win is a result of hard work. So any win that I ever get, I'm very thankful for, and it's a strategic plan for weeks and weeks of training and watching tape, dieting, and everything come to a head and peak at the right time to get a victory. So in my profession, it's the best feeling you can have.
I mean, you've had a couple of tough fights before this. How important was it to come out and be, as emphatic as you were?
Well, I felt like in my last couple of fights where I had losses, I had a little bit of bad luck. I was winning the fight against Roger Gracie and had an injury before the fight, and it showed up in the fight, cost me that fight. And then my last fight, I felt like I was winning the fight and just got caught. In this industry, you can just get caught, it just happens. There's been many times where I've caught the guy and it's been the other foot, so for me to be naive and think that never happened to me, it's kind of silly. But I grew from it, I learned by my lessons, I worked very hard, and we had a good plan for the fight.
I mean, we are supposed to be in London, England, but you could mistake it for London, Poland. How crazy was that atmosphere tonight?
It was amazing because I felt like the crowd turned around. I walked out to a hell of a lot of boos, and which is great, they're very loyal to their fighters. But as I said in my pre-fight speech, it was a good fight, and Polish people and people across the board are MMA fans. It's not divided into nations. Oh, I'm English, I must only like English fighters. I'm English, I like all kinds of fighters. Doesn't be down just only like English fighters. So I felt they got their money's worth, and I put on a good show, and me and Marcin put on a great fight.
I mean, afterwards, the crowd did embrace you. Was that a good feeling as well?
It was very nice because it just showed them we all learned from it, and it's a good fight, and they appreciated me as an athlete, and also they could see that maybe I'm a humble in victory and in defeat.
I mean, Team England went 3-1 tonight. Obviously, one controversial one with Ollie Thompson with that DQ as well. But how do you think overall, the English fighters, showed tonight on a very dominant Polish show in KSW?
Well, for people, especially English fighters, this is, even though you're in your own backyard and fighting in London, this is like international experience, because when you go and fight in another country, of course you're fighting their home turf against usually a hostile crowd. To have that in your own backyard is really amazing for your career as in a growth of an athlete. So it prepares them really well for when they do go and fight in America or Russia or Canada or anywhere else in the world. If they meet that hostility, it shows them that if you're true and clear to your sport, the crowd will embrace you.
Where did you take your camp up this time in preparation?
I actually live in Thailand now full time, so I was very fortunate. I had my coach from Holland come in for the full camp. I had my coaches from Brazil come in, had the full camp, and did my whole camp in my own gym. I just opened up my own gym last week in Phuket, Technical Fight Factory. So I was very fortunate to have this camp in my own gym.
I mean, you just opened that up. How's everything going over there?
So far, it's going great. We had a beautiful launch last week. We have a $1 million facility, and it's an MMA facility in Thailand, not a Thai boxing, not jiu-jitsu, MMA. So we're one of the first ones to have a full-size cage in the whole of Asia and Europe, and it works pretty well tonight.
I mean, it seems over there that the scene of MMA, not just MMA, Muay Thai, any kind of combat sport, it's the place to be if you're a fighter, because you can just eat, sleep, train, and that's how you become a better fighter.
It's amazing for fighters because it gives beginner fighters who are on a bit of a budget a professional camp, where if they have very small sponsors or very little money, you can spend a 3-week camp and spend like $2,000. Well, if you did it in America or England or Holland, it's a €10,000 camp. So it gives lower level guys a real camp because the financial is so much less. And then pro fighters that are a little bit tight with their money, they like to go there because they get good weather, good food, and a cheaper expense.
Just lastly, James, what can we expect from you now? Have you signed any kind of multi-fight deal with KSW? Is there any other promotions on the horizon?
I have a 3-fight deal right now with KSW. It's an open contract, so I have 2 left on this. It's an unexclusive, so I can fight anywhere else. And I just signed a deal with an Asian company as well, which we're releasing next week. Same thing, 3 fights, unexclusive. So it means I can fight anywhere in the world. So it looks like closer to December to New Year's I'll be fighting again, and then March after that.
So it's exciting times for you at the minute?
It's very exciting times. I've finally got my team with me, and when I have my team with me like this, I believe I'm unstoppable.
Well, James, congratulations. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.